Now the people must say, the female prime minister for Barbados should be considered as the mother of Caricom. With these initiatives and these statements which she make at the UN, they must say, oh, the Jamaican leadership is nowhere near her leadership. Me I couldn't hear what one, and then we will continue reasoning because what she has said right now could be a game changer for Caribbean countries and people who want to work abroad. Look and listen.
Let me make it simple. Those who are nationals of any of the other pioneering countries will present their passport when they arrive in Barbados. I refer, as I said, to Belize, Dominica, St. Vincent, and the Grenadines. The immigration will record their entitlement to indefinite stay in our electronic system. The information is then shared securely with the national agencies that need to know so that our visitors can move forward in an orderly way. If they intend to reside and work here, the next steps are clear. They are guided to register with the Ministry of Labour, with the National Insurance Scheme, and with the Barbados Revenue Authority if they intend to work, as is the case with all Bajans. Once we are working, we work and register at the National Insurance Scheme, and we work and register at the Barbados Revenue Authority. Even if you pay no taxes, you register and file. They will also be directed with respect to national registration and obtaining national identification, which is necessary in any event to register at the National Insurance Scheme and at the Barbados Revenue Authority. So they will be able to function as residents do, working lawfully, opening up a bank account, paying statutory contributions, contributing to the Resilience and Regeneration Fund, and doing the ordinary things of daily life with clarity. In other words, positively contributing to the social and economic fabric of our land, Barbados. Children who need school places will be registered through the Ministry of Educational Transformation in the same way that ordinary Barbadian citizens are registered to be able to enter school. Access to emergency and primary health care will be on the same terms as citizens. We will do this with order, with respect, and with the commitment to fairness that we expect for Barbadians in Dominica, in St. Vincent and the Grenadines, and in Belize. This is who we are, and this is who we have been for decades when we have allowed so many who moved here from St. Lucia and St. Vincent in the 1970s to help with the sugar industry. When we saw Guyanese move here, we have always been able to integrate them into our society. Friends, if you choose to exercise your own right to full freedom of movement in Dominica, in St. Vincent and the Grenadines, or in Belize, you will enjoy the same right to live, to work without a permit, and to study on an indefinite basis. This is not a one-way arrangement. This is a regional road, and it runs both ways. We are proud to be one of the 4 pioneering countries in this journey, and know that future generations will be inspired by our tenacity and our commitment to.
You know the lady I say? The lady is saying that. Let's say, for instance, you're a member of Caricom. And let's say all countries decide they're going to participate in this. Skilled workers and places where people want certain workers. Keep in mind, let's say a country in the Caribbean, them now have, you know, say you have countries in the Caribbean we have less population than others. So let's say, for instance, they want a workforce, they want some Wolipa carpenters, Wolipa electricians. People from a certain Caribbean country can travel to that Caribbean country. When them reach and tell them their reason for traveling here, them residency will be dealt with and they will get permits so them can start work. Because you know, as Caribbean countries, I'm not Caricom, you can travel to any Caribbean country for leisure. You can't necessarily just work. People might do it, but are your taxes being paid in that country while you are there without a work permit and the necessary things? Maybe not. Maybe deductions are being taken for your money. I don't know for people who have worked in Caribbean countries. But for when we go in overseas first world countries and we work and we get work permit, we pay taxes over there. Yeah, we pay tax. So what she's saying would be revolutionary because we all know the different conversion rate and the different jobs. Sometimes just the availability of jobs. Think about it. Some countries might have more people who are more tertiary educated. So, as a result, their society and their population have as much people for work in the clothing stores, for work at the little bar, them, for work at the little fast food restaurants, because most people in that country and that society have gotten a tertiary education and I know at a manager level. You know, them they at a higher level, them not gonna necessarily want to take a job at a cash register. But you have people from other countries who don't have no college education and would readily go work in another country knowing that the conversion rate of their currency would have helped them, help their family back home. And you know, have to just think about if you go work in North America or if you go work in Europe. This revolutionary. And it's a good initiative because we always say it. The Caribbean is a place where we have multiple Caribbean islands. Why is it that we can't come together and make the billions that we're there? Even them young artists right now where do music. Look on dancehall or soca or any music from the Caribbean. Why Caribbean artists can't just go up on tour across the Caribbean? Look how much Caribbean countries they have. And all of them listen to dancehall and reggae and soca. All of we are produce fruits. All of we are produce ground provisions. Why we can't sell to one another? The Caribbean is already a market. And we have Caricom. So it can, well, what she says, a good start. It's a good start. Think about it. As Caribbean countries, we should be able to do this. Until it's few countries already. I don't know, maybe she have already negotiated with those places, talk to them, and things of that nature. And maybe that's why she had talk about them right now. But maybe in the future talks, there will be talks with Jamaica and other Caribbean countries. And every Caribbean country can now have this initiative. Because maybe this what she says, maybe watch list those other countries, they might be on the same path. Or they might try to get there. This might be the model. So maybe, just like how them can come to Barbados and do that. People from Barbados might can go over there. Go do that. Go work and, you know. But talk to me in the comment section. Because people are say, this initiative and the way this lady lead our people is something to be studied. She definitely has set an example for other Caribbean countries and other Caribbean leaders. Yo, more I should talk and say some things, I wonder if the other Caribbean leaders not feel shame. If they not realize it. Me don't know her. I've never lived in her country. I know people from our country though. Me the whole heap of Bajans in Canada. And of course, they must say they have a whole heap of things to be done in their country too. Them not say them country is perfect. Don't get it twisted. Bajans not say them country perfect. Them they across the world are seek employment just like any other Caribbean country. But what I have seen, based on something which I say, something that we see in the media, it's almost like she talk as if it's not necessarily say, yo, she a try for do for our people. Every leader say them a try to do something for them people. But she speak like she assumes say, yo, the people of our country can definitely see and understand the things that she say and can then decide if she's for them or not for them. Other Caribbean countries and Caribbean leaders, it's like, for one, the people them can't tell when certain things that benefit them. I always see people in Jamaica talk about certain things when elected officials are talk about. And like they don't realize say this I go for the private sector and business people. It has nothing to do with you, the average Jamaican. It's not gonna benefit you. Majority of the policies and the things them talk about. The only time you hear them talk about things we are for the average Jamaican. And when them put a community under curfew. That's the only times them talk for the average Jamaican. When them put a community under curfew or them raise minimum wage by $1,000 or $2,000. Otherwise, all other things them have to deal with other people. It no benefit, it no help you. And then going to tell us, oh, if the company we work for is more rich, you will become more rich. And we realize I lie that because many people work for some companies and when they hear how much money them company they value and a US dollar rate or a Great Britain dollar rate, A pound, them a dollar. You know, say they want them to pay them people them money. Because minimum wage is what minimum wage is. We're not gonna name the company now. But you think them big company that we have out there, we ship things all over the world, you know, feel like they make billions of dollars. Think about some of the company them. We ship things all over the world from Jamaica. We have brands that are world famous. These companies make billions of international dollars. Billions. But they are private companies. You can't tell them to take their money from the country. I just shoot like that. Feed them company and feed them money, you can't tell them to take it. So you have some company pan Spanish Town Road. You wonder why Spanish Town Road is one of the worst roads in Jamaica. And that road there alone consists of some of Jamaica's biggest companies. But we can't tell them to take their money and make a road. It's the government job. Truth be told. What the government should have smart and do is find ways of it, you know. In North America, them do things like this. When tobacco companies that make millions, them tell them, say the advertisement telling people not to use these products should be made by you. Meaning, we're going to take your money and make the advertisement them self give you the money. And then we have to give them the money. Them couldn't tell them, say them not give them the money. You have the business in our country, you want to leave, then leave. A simple maths. Of course, you know, we would never tell none of these major companies to leave Jamaica. It would never. It would never. I'm just saying though. Them could have worked with them, partner with them, a better road would have benefit them and their companies too. If them claim to them not the money. But then again, Jamaica say them have the money to fix the road. You know, so we see them sign contract and say, yo, big $1 billion road I go fix and way, and then we hear so them say them have a next program though where them are gonna patch up the road them. So them are gonna fix or patch them. What really happened? The contract was signed, where that money gone? What really happened with that? You know, the whole place is short in the mystery. We don't really know what going on with politics in Jamaica. The only time we know what going on with politics are when political analysts come create excitement on radio and TV. I will see some articles, or when election time. It's not the election time gone. The people know nothing of what is happening or what is going to happen. And you so see people again across the government once more. The same people may vote. You go see them again across. Maybe not though. Maybe the government can take the opportunity to take note from what going across the world and create a better standard of living for Jamaicans. That's all them asking. Jamaicans, they've not asked the government for $1,000. All them asking for is a better standard of living. Simple as that. But talk to me in the comment section. Tell me what you think. Now, of course, until the reason again, my sentiments for you and yours, if you want to live, love, and prosper, and also if you want to stay tuned.